Hello friends, today I want to talk to you about the 3 things that are stopping you from achieving your major goals. Would you believe it's just 3 little things that are getting in the way of you making it happen for yourself, getting to achieve your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, probably things that you've held back for years from when you were a little child that you've always wanted to achieve but have not somehow got around to it. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 things that usually successful goal setters are doing that you aren't doing, that you can easily copy and easily do. So it's not going to be complicated, it's going to be very simple. There's 3 things that they're doing that you're not doing that you can easily follow. And so I want to ask you a question. Are you ready to go on a journey of self-discovery? I hear a yes. So I'm going to be back in a moment. Don't go away. Hi friends, so welcome back to Boost Your Personal Development, the channel that is all about empowering you on your personal growth journey. And like I said, there's only 3 little steps between you achieving all the things that you want to achieve. There's only 3 things getting in the way of that, and that's what this video is about. So friends, are you ready to hear the first thing that is between you and achieving all your major goals? That is a lack of desire. Now, what do I mean by this?
Well, what I mean by this is a lack of desire to fulfill your dreams. You might be saying, well, come on, I don't have a dream. Dreams are for people who aren't fastened into reality. They think their dreams will come true. Well, they need to go home and sleep. But I'm too busy getting on with my life. But the truth is, if you peel it back, let me peel it back a little. I believe we all have dreams. We all have plans and ambitions and goals in life. Maybe for you, it's to meet the most amazing partner, or to set up a home interior business, I don't know. Or maybe you want to travel the world to meet amazing people. Or it might be to write the #1 best-selling book. It could be, even to get out of the house more. You're a single mom or a housewife and you feel trapped in the city that you live in, and you basically don't know where to turn. You're feeling as if your options are limited. So no matter how small it is, you have a dream, and I believe that dream forms part of your DNA. It's a desire that comes out of the uniqueness of who you are as a person. And sometimes we forget about that uniqueness because we're so busy getting on with life. We shelve our dreams, and society makes us forget about our dreams. It takes it away from us because we're so busy with basically just surviving. So what is stopping you, inadvertently or otherwise, from achieving your goals? Think about what you do every day. When you have some spare time, are you scrolling through your Facebook feed or doing some extra hours at work? Well, if you're doing any or all of these things, it means that you're not finding the time to follow and achieve your goals and ambitions. And that essentially means that the desire to find out who you really are is really lost in translation. What does the Bible say about this? Well, in Ephesians chapter 1, verse 11, it says, "In him we have obtained an inheritance, having been predestined according to the purpose of him who works in all things according to the counsel of his will." You see, God has given you a purpose, ambition, a goal that you may not be carrying out because you've forgotten just how important you are, and life gets in the way. You put everything else before your desires. So you're sacrificing that part of you that makes you feel really whole. But the reality is, that's the part of you that makes you even more amazing. And to illustrate this point, I want to tell you a story courtesy of Psychology Today. It's about the author's father who died several summers ago, and he died at the grand old age of 103. And he grew up on a farm in Ohio, and he was the only one of 7 children to leave farming, finding his way through complicated paths to Harvard and Columbia, getting his PhD in rural education and teaching at Ohio State University until he was 60. Then he and the author's mother, they bought an old abandoned farm in northwest Connecticut, remodeled the house and moved there to live. For many years, the author's father, he roamed the hills. He was taking pride in looking after his garden and his tidy mountain, it says. As he grew older, his legs began to fail him and he began to tire easily, and sometimes he would hire a young man to help him to keep the place. Over the years, almost unnoticeably, the upper part of the mountains was no longer a range by which he was able to travel. And as a result of this, gradually his level of aspiration lowered, coming down the hillside, so to speak, into the trees and the land around the house. One year he did not plant the garden, and his attention turned to the little border flower along the house and to the 4 large window boxes. The window boxes served well for many years, but his failing sight and muscular strength meant that he could no longer tend these without great effort. In the end, the tree work, farm work and gardening all were given up, but he focused on a new activity, listening to talking books. The man was as happy, fulfilled at 101 as he was when he was 60. He was dealing with the gaps between his desires and achievements. And what is the moral of this story? Well, this man at 101 had a strong desire to roam the hilltops, to be outdoors with nature, but he could no longer do these things because of his age. But what he did is he bridged the gap between his desire to roam the hillside and achievement, i.e. his physical ability to do so. And he filled that in with doing other fulfilling things, like attending to his window box or creating a little border flower around the house. And in essence, you could do the same thing. We all have our limitations, but just like the man, the 101-year-old man, he worked with the limitations that he's had. And you can do the same thing as long as you have that desire to achieve your goals. With that being said, I want you to think about 5 things that you really want to achieve, that really matters to you. Think about that as we go through the rest of this video, and then I will come back to it later.
The second thing that is holding you back from achieving all of your major goals is a lack of drive for growth. A lack of drive for growth. And let me ask you a question. If I told you to draw this picture, what would you say?
Now, I'm guessing that you're going to say, I'm not able to draw this. But if I ask you to draw this picture, what would you say? You can certainly draw a solid square block. Well, this is what makes up the picture. Teeny squares that create the big picture. And this is what your drive for growth can create. It's taking one step at a time to create a wonderful picture. And I think Psychology Today got it right when they said, we are not content with what we already know and can do, but we want actions and growth opportunities to explore our competencies and mastery. Young or old, we want to be challenged. We want to shape, form, and build our own lives. One of the most vivid events for parents is to hear the little child, scarcely a year and a half old, shout out the demand, "Me do it! Me do it myself!" Drive for growth is as simple as not scrolling through your Facebook or doing an extra hour at work, but tapping into your innate desire to achieve more from life. So it's stopping, doing whatever you're doing at that moment, and taken the initiative to follow in your dream. And if you need help with this, check out my video on 3 things inspired people do that you can copy, and I've put a link down below in the description. What inspiration does is it triggers you to do something different from what you normally do. And this is what Drive for Growth is all about. It's all about stopping your usual pattern of behavior, thinking about your true desires, what makes your heart sing, what makes you the essence of who you are.
And like I said, it's just taking 1 step, then 2 steps, then 3 steps, little steps that make up the big picture.
And if you're looking for more inspiration, please check out my website, boostyourpersonaldevelopment.com. I've put a ton of content there designed to keep empowering you on your personal growth journey. A link is down below in the description, and back to the video.
Big picture.
What does the Bible say about drive and growth? Well, in Luke chapter 18, verses 14 to 15, it says, "The seed that fell among the thorns stands for those who hear, but they do not go on their way. They are choked by life's worries and riches and pleasures, and they do not mature. But the seed on the good soil stands for those with a noble and good heart, who hear the word, retain it, and by persevering produce a crop." The Bible explains, like I said before, drive and growth does not mean that you need to grow overnight. It's a process of just taking a few steps, and it could mean that you only spend, for example, 30 minutes a day to see incredible results. Hello friends, that is the end of part 1 of 3 things stopping you from achieving your goals. Please hit the link on the screen to watch part 2. If you got any value from this video, please consider subscribing by smashing that subscribe button and hitting the like button. I will see you in video 2.